Hi, I'm Jason M. and I like to read comic books. I also like to talk more. That's why you're watching Jason Talks More, the show that is brought to you by my Patreon, patreon.com/Jawiin, Jawiin. If you think you have to wait too long for these episodes, you want to watch them early, head on over to my Patreon. You can do that over there. Who's sitting right here to my left?
Ashley Victoria Robinson.
That's right. She's talking with me because she wants to talk more about more stuff that's geeky and stuff that's more. Okay, let's hop right into our question of the week.
Okay.
This comes from a fan of ours, Dusty Pearson, at Dusty Pearson asks, what story do you want adapted for the solo Batman film? Red Hood, Arkham Asylum, or something original? Dusty, thank you for the question. So let's talk about this. Ben Affleck, we know, is going to direct. Going to write.
Fabulous.
Awesome. He's going to direct a solo Batman film. Mr. Jeff Johns going to help him out with it as well. It's been revealed, which is really cool. Really good team. Well, do you think they're going to adapt a story? Let's just really quickly. Do you think they're going to adapt a story? Do you think they're going to take pieces from a story?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I do. That has been
too.
something that has kind of trended throughout the DC cinematic universe. We don't get straight up adaptations, but we get a little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from here.
What story, then, would you like to see them adapt into a live-action Batman film?
Well, if you know me and you know my love of Robins, I would dearly love to see Under the Red Hood, the return of Jason Todd, adapted, because the best Robin that we've had established is Jason Todd. Because we've seen the costume, and we know that he died.
The Robin that we have established in the movieverse.
Yes. That's what I mean. Which, of course, implies that there has at least been a Dick Grayson and possibly a predecessor, Tim Drake. But so because we know that, like, Jason Todd, almost unequivocally, we haven't said Jason Todd yet, exists, it's for me, the most logical step in his progression is to bring back the Robin that kind of broke him.
Yeah.
And have like a healing moment with that.
So you'd want to deal with so the Joker would be in your movie, Jared Leto Joker would be in your movie, Harley Quinn would possibly be in your movie.
Probably in a flashback setup, yes.
And then your villain would be literally the Red Hood Jason Todd.
Yes, I would really do a hard adaptation of the animated movie more than the written down story.
Yes.
The original comic book. Because I think that it's a much shorter version than what you would get in a DC cinematic universe, but that is a very great condensed version of what that story is.
Yeah.
I don't know who I would cast as Jason Todd, though.
Oh, no ideas?
Jason Todd for me is a really tough character because I wanna make him like redheaded. And so when I think of like redheaded actors, I go blank in my mind because I'm an idiot. I would want to cast Matt Bomer as Nightwing, which I've said 100,000 times before. If I was gonna do Tim Drake, I would want to make him quite young, and I wouldn't mind seeing Tim Drake.
Would you put Tim Drake in this movie?
I would. I would.
Okay, but would you have Tim Drake be throughout the entire movie?
No, I would have him.
Because I would make that the final scene.
And I would cast Logan Lerman, who you'd probably know from Percy Jackson, or the kid from 3:10 to Yuma, who's about 20 right now.
Oof, okay.
I would cast him
right.
as my younger Tim Drake.
Okay.
But yeah, Jason Todd, I think you need a really good actor to pull off that part. So you probably want to go unknown, so you can have kind of like Chris Hemsworth, you can have him grow with the character. But I think because it's a character who's not just angry, there's so much more. You really need an excellent actor to play that character.
Yeah, I don't know who you would cast as Red Hood either. I was even trying to think about it while you were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I really couldn't come up with a strong choice.
Like Matt Damon 20 years ago? I don't know.
I mean, anytime that there's a young, tough dude, I kind of always go Richard Madden because I think he's a great actor.
Oh.
But I don't know if he has the presence to pull off Red Hood.
I see. You said this once on Geek. Listen, I think Richard Madden would be a much better Kyle Rayner. Yeah. I'd watch him.
I actually think Richard Madden would also make a better Dick Grayson.
Oh yeah.
Than Jason.
What about I don't know how to say his name because it's like super Gaelic, but what about the kid who plays Ramsay Bolton? Jason Todd.
Ooh, that's
because he's kind of got that anger thing going on.
I notice that we're only going to Game of Thrones.
I know. There you go. We're gonna cast a British person.
I think he'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I think you're just casting that because he was a bad guy in Game of Thrones.
Well, that's how Hollywood works.
Yeah,
so there you go.
That's true.
But yeah, so Under the Red Hood is ultimately what my answer is.
It's a good choice.
Thank you. What is your choice for Batman solo film?
Okay, my choice is that we are now in a movie universe where we have seen we as fandoms we have seen 7 Batman movies.
Have we really?
No, 8 if you count Batman v Superman. Well, think about Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman v Superman. 8.
Holy curse words, Batman.
We have seen 8 Batman movies.
That's so close to 10.
In 30 years.
Holy crap.
Okay? Because the first one came out in 1989. It's pretty close to 2019.
Yeah.
So 30 years, we have seen 8 Batman movies. So we're going to cross that line to 9 before 2019. Because the solo Batman movie is going to come out in like 2018, I think.
I believe so.
Or in 2019.
Yeah, as the current slate is laid out, yes.
So for me, we've seen Batman fight a villain.
Yep.
We have seen Batman punch people in the face. We have seen Batman ride a nuclear bomb out into the ocean.
Yes, we have.
We need to do something different because at this point now we've also seen a lot of superhero films.
Mm-hmm.
We know the whole scheme. We know that, the superhero and the villain, and they fight, and then they get together, the city almost blows up. We know it beat for beat.
Yeah.
But there is a Batman story that is also the type of a superhero film that we've never seen on screen. And that is a superhero mystery noir film.
Done. Sold.
We have not seen that. And now I know many people of you out there are like, well, what about Watchmen? Well, Watchmen didn't pull off the noir really that well.
Yeah.
And Watchmen was a superhero mystery, but, I mean, when you're watching...
How much of a mystery is it, though?
Well, in the book it's a mystery because it's who killed the comedian. But in the movie, I kind of feel it's more like you're just kind of watching how these characters are surviving in a world that doesn't want them.
And I do feel like the biggest reveal in Watchmen is the paternity reveal.
True.
More than anything. More than...
And almost the idea that Ozymandias is going to blow up the world.
Yeah.
So, for that fact, I think with Batman, you could do a Batman mystery film, and I think you adapt The Long Halloween.
I love The Long Halloween!
And you call it Batman The Long Halloween. Now, obviously that would have to be adapted.
Heavily adapted,
because it's a 13-part story, so you wouldn't do every holiday. I actually would pick 5.
So the Halloweens, you bookend it with the 2 Halloweens.
Bookend it with the 2 Halloweens. I would give you a Christmas.
Sure.
Christmas
would be nice.
I would give you a 4th of July that I might switch to Gotham Day, or let's flip it on this. How about Remembrance Day, the day Superman died?
Nice.
And then, Valentine's Day.
Sure.
Sure,
so that we can finally introduce a love interest of Batman who will last for more than one movie.
We can have Selena Kyle. Now, the reason why I would do this is because you could use this film, you could make it the Holiday Killer, who is a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it Batman fighting the mob. You could also introduce 2 to 3 Batman villains in this, just the same way that Batman Begins did.
Yeah.
Batman Begins introduced the Scarecrow, I thought, in a really smart way.
Yeah, for sure.
So you could introduce a couple silly Batman villains, like, say, Mad Hatter.
That you don't have to deal with in the long term.
But they'll never, ever carry a Batman movie. But we'll get them on screen.
And you definitely want to include Catwoman, Selena Kyle.
Definitely Catwoman. I don't know. I would include Selena Kyle. I don't know if I would include Catwoman.
Fair.
Falcone is in it.
Yep.
But for me, I would make the main villain Two-Face.
Yeah.
Because I think that Two-Face has not gotten a strong on-screen representation yet.
I think we were very close in The Dark Knight.
Yes, I do too. I really wish, I love The Dark Knight, but I wish they would have saved Aaron Eckhart Two-Face for the 3rd movie.
I completely agree, because he was good enough that he deserved his own movie.
He needed his own movie, and only getting that last half hour really scrunched his movie together. And they said that they did that because Nolan said that he wasn't sure he was making the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
So he was like, I want to do Two-Face, and I think that Two-Face would have made a better movie than Bane. I'm throwing it out there right now. I really think that, so you can have the other villains, but I think you make the whole movie about, we start out the movie with Harvey Dent and we end the movie with Two-Face.
Nice.
And we learn that the whole Holiday Killers has been part of Two-Face. But I think you make it a mystery. I think Batman, you can even throw Nightwing in there.
That's right.
I think Batman, a mystery based around 5 holidays, and it becomes this 5-act structure like a play. Which fits very nicely into a 3-act movie structure. And I think it would give you a different superhero movie that you've never seen before. And I also think that the Batman in the Batman of Batman v Superman, the Batman of Ben Affleck, lends itself very well to being the detective.
To being like a Sherlock level detective.
Well, the first time we meet him, he's trying to figure out who this white Portuguese is.
Yeah.
Like his storyline, besides trying to murder Superman, is who who is the white Portuguese?
Yeah.
And him and Alfred are like working it out, and he's stealing files, and he's analyzing stuff. And
you could in the Long Halloween, in your version of it, you could have a lot of cool ways for Alfred to be more involved, because having an active Alfred with Jeremy Irons, I thought was a really nice just way to diverge from what we've seen Michael Caine do in the past. I thought it was really fun to watch.
Yes, I think Long Halloween would allow you to sprinkle in the DC universe. Just like what I thought was one of the strengths of Suicide Squad.
Yep.
We get a sprinkling of the DC universe. And we can have a Jared Leto cameo. Why not?
Great, sure.
Why not? Because the Joker is in Long Halloween, so...
Oh, yeah, with all the horrible teeth.
So why not have a scene where Batman thinks it's the Joker, but Joker's locked up in Arkham?
Yeah.
Boom. And guess what? We get to introduce Arkham Asylum.
Which we've never seen on.
Which we haven't seen, but is mentioned in the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
So, boom. The dark, moody, noir mystery superhero film. That's what I think the next Batman film should be.
I hope so.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this extra Jason Talks More. As I said, you can support us on patreon.com/Jawiin if you want to see these early. Ashley, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ashley V. Robinson, on Facebook.com/AshVictoriaRobinson, and every week hosting Geek History Lesson with Jason Inman.
On iTunes. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Jawiin, Jawiin, and click subscribe because we've got all kinds of stuff coming around the channel. I'm Jason Inman. Be seeing you next week.